By the end of this video, you're gonna know how to cook your ribeye steak medium in the pan perfectly every single time. Make sure that you watch the recipe entirely because we have a few steps that you need to follow in order to get it right. Now, a key step here is to get your steak slightly thicker because this way it's easier to get the right cooking temperature. With thin steaks, it's slightly more complicated because as soon as you get your steak nice and caramelized on the outside, the inside will be overcooked. This shouldn't really happen if you pay attention with your thicker steak. And we begin by adding oil, whichever you prefer, just make sure that it's resistant to high temperature, or you could use beef fat or ghee. And now we'll follow up with a good pinch of salt on each side. I'm using flaky salt, but you can definitely go with regular salt if you don't have this available. Steak loves freshly ground black pepper, and you might want to go with even a bit extra than the salt, but this is totally up to you. Now set the pan on high heat, and when the pan is hot enough, we're gonna go in with the steak. Get all the seasoning from the plate on the steak, and when you place it in the pan, place it away from you so it doesn't splatter all over your shirt. And in my opinion, it doesn't really matter if you flip your steak more than once, as long as you give exactly the same cooking time on one side comparing to the other. To begin with, we're gonna cook this for about 2.5 minutes on each side, and then after that, we're gonna follow with the basting process, which is really important in order to punch even more flavor into your steak. So make sure that you watch this video till the end. Right, I'm happy with what I see here. We've got a nice caramelization on the outside of the steak. Now it's time to lower the heat to medium, and we're gonna get in about 100 grams of butter. We have here 3 cloves of garlic, which we're simply gonna crush them. You don't even need to peel them because the flavor will get out of them anyway. And then we have 2 sprigs of thyme and 2 sprigs of rosemary. And with the butter fully melted, we can start pouring hot butter over the steak. This will punch even more flavor into our steak, giving it an amazing flavor. Now your ribeye steak will be medium when the core temperature of the steak is 63 degrees Celsius or 145 Fahrenheit. We actually want to remove it from the heat about 3 degrees earlier because it will continue cooking when you take it off the heat because there is enough heat in there to make it continue till the temperature we desire. Just by touching it, it's not that accurate, so I highly recommend getting a probe thermometer. If you don't have one, I'm gonna leave an affiliate link down below. And now we're gonna remove it from the heat and rest it for about 3 minutes so the juices from the steak get reabsorbed in and the steak will be nice and juicy and moist. And with the butter that we have left over, don't waste it. It's absolutely amazing, it's packed with flavor, and if you add a bit extra garlic, you can use this as a garlic butter for your steak. And if you enjoyed this simple recipe, I'm gonna leave an onion rings recipe right here that you can pair perfectly with your steak and it's ready in no time. Make sure that you subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.